If you're planning to marry my son, I assume you're from a decent family. I'm sure my son has already told you what I do.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Given that I said my son, shouldn't you already know? I'm John's father. Didn't he tell you I was coming for the meeting this Sunday?
I apologize. You're John's father? I wasn't expecting to be contacted so suddenly like this. I'm Emily. Nice to meet you. My mother and I are looking forward to Sunday.
I've heard things about you from John, but he's been quite vague about your family background. That's concerning to me.
Oh? What would you like to know about my family? I'd be happy to tell you.
What does your father do? John gave me vague answers when I asked him. That's why I'm asking you directly.
My father? We're a single-parent household, so my father passed away some time ago.
What? A single-parent household? A poor girl from a single-parent family? You must be trying to marry my son for our money!
Excuse me? After your money? That's not true at all. You're misunderstanding.
It's not a misunderstanding. You clearly targeted my son for his connections and wealth. I've seen this type of thing before.
I assure you, that's absolutely not the case. I met John at a charity event, and we connected over shared interests. His wealth was never a factor.
What our family business is, I'm sure you already know.
Yes, of course, John told me. You're the president of a bank, right? John works at the same bank, so I know. That's why my mother is looking forward to meeting you too.
Just as I thought. This is why single parents... Why don't you just admit you're after our money?
Why would you assume that? I have no such intentions. You'll understand when you meet my mother that we have no such motives.
I wonder if it's even worth meeting you both. You probably targeted John because our family is wealthy. People from poor single-parent families tend to think that way. John's a fool for being tricked by someone like you.
Isn't that extremely rude? We're not after money at all, and that's disrespectful to John as well.
The fact that John didn't tell me about your family situation means he's somewhat concerned about it too. It's proof that even he's embarrassed to introduce a woman from a poor single-parent family as his marriage partner.
That's enough, Richard. Neither my mother nor I think that way. I thought John understood that well. Instead of sending me these interrogative text messages, wouldn't it be better to talk to John?
I don't need you telling me what to do. Sunday will be a waste of time. I bet you've never even been to a nice restaurant. Your useless mother is probably coming for the free meal, too. What a pitiful pair you are.
Please stop making assumptions. Calling my mother useless when you don't even know her is incredibly disrespectful. I can't let that slide.
Well, I'll come on Sunday just to see the faces of you losers. I'll make sure you understand the difference in our social standing.
That's quite a way to talk. You seem to be looking down on us just because we're a single-parent family. Is there a need to be so condescending? Are you ignoring our basic human dignity?
Poor people don't have dignity. What are you even saying? If you don't want to be looked down upon, come back after you've got some substantial savings.
My mother actually uses your bank.
Don't act all high and mighty just because you use our bank. Your deposits must be insignificant anyway. This is why poor women are so troublesome.
I think your behavior is excessively rude, so I'll discuss Sunday's meeting with my mother, but I advise you not to take the same attitude with her, for your own sake.
I don't know what you're talking about, but poor people should keep quiet. If you're coming, be prepared.
You know, it's fascinating how quickly you've judged us without knowing anything about our circumstances or character.
I don't need to know more. Your background tells me everything. People from your station always try to climb the social ladder through marriage.
That's an extremely outdated and prejudiced view. I love John for who he is, not what he has.
Love doesn't put food on the table or maintain social standing. You're just being naive or deliberately deceptive.
Understood. Goodbye. And that's what happened. Mom, what do you think? I'm not really feeling up to this anymore. Well, I'm shocked. What a rude person. That bank president. Maybe he doesn't really understand common courtesy because he's new to the position. It's way too disrespectful. But we can't just say that, can we? Emily, you want to marry John, right? I do, but John seems unable to stand up to his father and just does whatever he says. I'm starting to wonder if someone like that is really right for me. If you've decided to marry him, we should meet first, regardless of what his father is like. It would be best if our families got along. If his father continues to be disrespectful even after meeting me, then I might have to reconsider too. Yeah, I guess so. I just hope you don't have a terrible experience. I'm used to dealing with people like that, so I'll be fine. He's the family of your important fiancé. I'm sure I can handle it properly and help everyone get along. You've only texted with him, right? Yes, but... There's a lot you can't know until you meet someone in person. Let's first meet for dinner and see if we can all get along. You're right, Mom. Okay, let's do that. I'm a bit anxious about Sunday, but I'm counting on you. Don't worry too much. People often present themselves differently in text than they do in person. Perhaps you'll be more reasonable face to face. I hope you're right, but if he says anything like what he said in those texts, I don't think I can stay calm. Just remember that your happiness is what matters most to me. If John truly makes you happy, we'll find a way to work through this, even if his father is difficult. What if John is just like his father deep down? What if he starts showing those traits after we're married? That's a valid concern. Pay close attention to how John behaves during the meeting, especially how he reacts to his father's behavior. That will tell you a lot about his character. You're always so wise, Mom. I don't know what I'd do without you. That's what mothers are for. Now, let's prepare for Sunday with open minds, but clear boundaries.
I can't believe you actually showed up. Getting beer spilled on you is what you deserve, you filthy mother and daughter.
Do you realize what you've done? You suddenly poured beer on my mother. There's a limit to how inconsiderate one can be.
It was an accident. Don't make such a fuss about it.
An accident? You deliberately tilted your glass when she was introducing herself. Everyone at the table saw what you did.
She should have been more careful about where she was sitting. Important people like me shouldn't have to watch out for commoners.
You're unbelievable. My mother came here with goodwill, dressed in her best clothes, and you've ruined them.
John told me your mother only graduated high school, right?
She was in college, but dropped out to raise me after she got pregnant with me. She worked hard to raise me.
So, she was irresponsible enough to get pregnant while still in school, and couldn't even manage to finish her education. That explains a lot.
She made sacrifices for my sake. That shows character and responsibility, not the opposite.
Sacrifices? Please, she just couldn't handle both. A truly capable person would have finished college regardless.
You have no idea what she went through to raise me on her own after my dad died. She worked multiple jobs while taking care of me.
If I'd heard that story earlier, I wouldn't have even wanted to meet you. No matter how you look at it, you're not a match for my son.
A match?
Are you deliberately being obtuse? I'm talking about social standing, education, family, background, everything that matters in a proper marriage.
Those aren't the things that matter in a happy marriage. John and I care about each other's character and values.
If you still don't understand, you really are trash. My son, the son of a bank president, can't be matched with the daughter of a high school dropout single mother. The engagement is off. Take your filthy-faced mother and get out of here.
You really shouldn't talk to people like this, especially not potential in-laws.
Don't lecture me on manners. You're simply not qualified to join our family. I've made my decision.
Then I'll have the $1 billion account closed.
Don't tell such ridiculous lies. Even as a joke, that's absurd. Where would you get that kind of money? How stupid. This is why single-parent families are trash.
You really should have done your research before making assumptions about us.
Research? On what? Your minimum wage jobs? Your shabby apartment in some forgotten corner of the city?
My mother is the one who announced closing the account. Apparently, her company's main bank is yours, but it seems she's already started the process to close the account quickly.
What are you talking about? Running a company? What are you saying? Your delusions are just pathetic.
It's not a delusion. You could have easily verified who my mother is. A simple search would have told you everything you needed to know.
Stop with these absurd claims. If your mother ran a successful company, she wouldn't look so ordinary. And you wouldn't have let me talk to you this way from the beginning.
We don't feel the need to flaunt our wealth or status. Unlike some people, we judge others by their character.
You expect me to believe your mother is some kind of secret millionaire? That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard all day!
Say whatever you want. Since my mother has already decided, it's fine to break off the engagement with John. I wouldn't want to marry a man who couldn't even stand up for us against his father anyway. A man without a shred of courage.
John knows better than to contradict me. He understands his place in the family hierarchy, something you clearly don't.
A man who can't stand up for what's right isn't someone I want to spend my life with. John just sat there while you insulted and assaulted his future mother-in-law.
Fine by me. Someone as vulgar as you doesn't suit my son and doesn't match our family at all. If you understand, then never appear before us again.
Trust me, nothing would make me happier than never seeing your face again.
The feeling is mutual. You've wasted enough of my valuable time with this charade.
Yes, I understand. Please tell John as well. I'm also completely against becoming related to someone like you. A person who looks down on others based on their titles and even pours beer on them is nothing but vulgar. You're the lowest scum, old man. I'm thrilled I won't have to see your face again.
What did you...
I'll be going now. Good luck with running your bank.
Wait! You can't just leave after saying something like that! Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to someone who has shown me exactly who they are today. Someone not worthy of my respect or consideration.
You'll regret speaking to me this way. I have connections. I can make life difficult for you.
More threats? You really don't know when to stop, do you? I suggest you start preparing for what's coming instead of making empty threats.
Nothing's coming because nothing you've said is true! You're bluffing!
We'll see about that. Time will tell who's bluffing and who's not.
Could you please take my call? There's something I need to confirm.
I have no intention of taking your call. Nothing could be more unpleasant than hearing your voice.
It's not about that. I want to ask about your mother.
Oh, my mother is the CEO of a major corporation with a $1 billion deposit at your bank. Is there a problem?
No way! Is that really true?
Yes, you looked down on us for being a single-parent, high school graduate family, but you didn't even bother to properly check my mother's name. How stupid.
But she didn't introduce herself! If she doesn't introduce herself, how am I supposed to know? This happened because I didn't know!
What? You didn't give her a chance to introduce herself. You poured beer on her before she could even say her name. What on earth are you talking about now? Whatever you say is pointless now. We won't have anything to do with you, your son, or your bank.
Wait! Please, that's a problem! Where are you now? Could your mother please come back? Actually, I'll come to you. Just tell me where you are and I'll head there right away!
Why should I tell you that? My mother says she has no intention of meeting you again. You should just accept it yourself. It's over for you.
How can you talk like that? I'm apologizing, aren't I? But I didn't know, so please don't make such a big deal out of this. You're engaged to John, right? You're going to be my daughter-in-law, right? Don't you think making his father suffer like this will also make John suffer?
Huh? What are you saying now? Wait, didn't I already break off the engagement with John? Just now. If you're an adult, you should take responsibility for what you say. Besides, even for a regional bank, you're its representative. That makes it even worse. Please take responsibility for your own words.
I understand your point, but who could have predicted this? That such a major company's CEO would be...
A high school dropout and single mother. Is that what surprises you? Honestly, what background my mother has shouldn't matter to you. You can't determine someone's value just because they're a high school graduate. My late father was originally the heir to a large company, and both my father's and mother's families were close. After my father passed away, my mother took over and grew the company with the support of both families. There's nothing about us that deserves your contempt.
I'm very sorry. I couldn't have imagined such a thing, but I'm apologizing, so it's fine now, right? There's no need to break off the engagement. I give my permission. Please take care of my son, so please don't say you'll close the account.
Thanks, but I'll have to decline.
What? Why?
I've already told you the reason. I don't want to associate with someone like you, and I've already told John as well.
John wouldn't want that! He probably genuinely loves you!
You were saying we were after your money, but now it seems you're desperately after my mother's money. Aren't you embarrassed by what you're doing?
That's not...
Well, it doesn't matter anymore. It's over. Whatever John says, my mind is made up, and I think you're about to go to hell. Are you prepared?
Hell? What do you mean? Please, leave the account as it is.
Why don't you read back the text messages you sent me?
What do you mean?
As the representative of a bank, you said things you shouldn't have. What was it again? Poor people don't have dignity, wasn't it?
Did I say such a thing?
If you look through the texts you sent, you'll find it. I was so shocked that I took screenshots. This should be shared with the public, don't you think?
The public? Huh? What are you planning to do?
I'm thinking of letting the world know about your numerous abusive comments. It seems like you're socially finished. Unfortunately, you should reflect on your words and make a public apology.
Wait! If something like that becomes public, it would be disastrous. Please stop. What do you want? Money? I'll give you as much as you want if you keep the account open and don't publish those messages.
We're not the ones in financial trouble. I don't have the slightest intention of taking money from you. Do you think money solves everything? Don't you think that won't work with someone richer than you?
That may be true, but John is my son. Even though you were his fiancé, would you put him through such suffering? Won't you feel anything if both John and I suffer? Don't you have a heart?
You insulted my mother and poured beer on her, and you're saying what now?
Well, that was...
Before talking about my heart or whatever, why don't you think about your own actions? Both my mother and I are extremely angry. This is the result of your actions, right? We're not suddenly taking action without reason. If you stopped playing the victim and looked at reality...
Emily, I'm truly sorry. I was wrong. Please, just this once, give me one more chance.
Giving you a chance would be a waste. You're a scumbag who judges others without knowing them, so you're not even worth giving a chance to. Poor John. His life has changed because of you.
If you think so, then marry him. Let's all support each other as family. Can you tell your mother that?
How many times do I need to say I have no intention of becoming your family before you understand? So, is that all? Goodbye, Mr. Big Shot Banker. Well, that position probably won't last more than a few days anyway. I got a call from our account manager. Everything's been completed. It seems Richard was forced to resign. I'm not surprised. He caused a huge loss to his bank when his own comments went viral on social media. The bank board called an emergency meeting yesterday. They couldn't risk keeping him after what he did. Did the account manager mention how much damage this caused them? Yes, they were in quite a panic. Apparently, our account was one of their largest. They're sending a senior executive to try to convince us to reconsider. I hope you told them it's too late for that. We've already begun transferring to the new bank. I wonder how they'll manage. Well, apparently, he had been embezzling and doing other bad things. So in the end, getting arrested was probably good for the bank too. Embezzling? That's shocking, but not surprising given his character. How much did he take? The investigation is still ongoing, but the initial estimates are in the millions. The account manager mentioned it was systematic over several years. So he was looking down on us while being a criminal himself. The hypocrisy is astounding. Some people who appear the most respectable on the surface are hiding the darkest secrets. I've seen it many times in business. Mom, I need to say this again, but I'm so sorry. Huh? For what? Why are you suddenly apologizing? It's my fault that you had to deal with such an awful person. Your clothes got stained with beer. I should have been a better judge of character. That's not your fault, Emily. John might have been a good person. We couldn't have known his father was like that until we met him. But I feel terrible about what happened to you. That beautiful silk blouse was ruined. It's just a piece of clothing. It can be replaced. What matters is that we discovered what kind of family you would have married into before it was too late. I know, but... No more apologies. If anyone should apologize, it's John. He sat there silently while his father behaved that way. You're right. He didn't even text me afterward to apologize or explain. I know you're thinking of me, but I want your happiness above all else. If you find another nice guy, let me know. Do you really think I'll be able to trust someone again after this experience? Of course you will. Don't let one bad experience close your heart. There are many wonderful people in this world, and you deserve to find someone who treats both you and your family with respect. Of course, but next time, I'll be more discerning. I'll find someone who will make you feel at ease. Until then, is it okay if I stay at home?
You mean move back in? You know you never have to ask that. This will always be your home.
I just feel so foolish for almost joining that family. I need some time to process everything.
Take all the time you need. Perhaps we should plan that trip to Europe we've been talking about. A change of scenery might do us both good.
That sounds perfect. I could use a break from everything here.
You'll always be my precious daughter. You can depend on me anytime, always.
I know that now more than ever. I don't know what I would have done without your support through all of this.
That's what family is for. Real family. Not people who judge others based on superficial things like educational background.
Thanks, Mom. I'm counting on you from now on, too.
And I'm counting on you. We've always been a team, you and I. Nothing will change that.
Afterward, Richard resigned as bank president, was sued for embezzlement, severely damaging the bank's reputation, and forcing the closure of a large deposit account. He's been ordered to pay a substantial amount in compensation. I heard through the grapevine that John and his mother have moved out and are living separately now. I won't have anything to do with these people anymore, but I hope to become a strong person